Okay, we are here. I feel like I'm really gonna like this place. Man, this place is big. Hold on. Work is never done in this damn city. Alright. Get your ass out of the way, thank you. Yes. Alright, let's see what it says. Palais du Luxembourg. Yeah, Marie de Medici. Huh, Dental. Yep, that is where the Senate is nowadays. Kind of cool. Well, I guess I should go into all of the history surrounding this building before I actually go inside. Basically, Marie de Medici married Henry IV, King of France, and the day after her coronation, when she became Queen of France, Henry IV was actually assassinated by a religious zealot slash madman, Francois Ravaillac. Basically, Henry IV was caught in a traffic jam due to his wife's coronation, and Ravaillac saw the king's carriage and basically just ran up to the window and stabbed Henry IV right in the heart, and the king bled to death, and Ravaillac was seized and taken to a nearby hotel to keep him from being, torn apart by the angry Parisians. And Ravaillac was tortured to, find out who he was working for, and he basically just felt like Henry IV was going to wage war on the Pope and stuff, so he wanted to stop him from doing that. And Ravaillac death was not too pleasant, as you could imagine, for a regicide at this time. Basically, he had burning sulfur poured on him, molten lead poured on him, boiling oil and resin poured on him, and then they took metal pinchers and pulled his skin off. Eek. And then they tied each one of his limbs to a horse, and, the horses pulled him apart. So, not a good idea to kill a king back then. Probably wouldn't be too bad nowadays, but why would you want to do that? Unless, of course, you're a madman, in which case, don't do it. It's not cool, man. But yeah, anyway, the King of France was dead, and now Marie de Medici became basically the ruler of France. But technically, she was just a regent until her son, who would go on to become Louis XIII, ascended to the throne. But yeah, she was the boss. First of all, she's a Medici, which, you know what that means. She's going to be a tough girl to deal with to begin with, and then you give her the throne of France. Come on. She's going to have her way, and she definitely did. Basically, that's why she decided to have this palace built for her. And the reason why it gets its name Luxembourg is because there was a hotel nearby owned by Francois de Luxembourg, and so they just basically called it the Luxembourg Palace. And naturally, being from Italy, Marie de Medici wanted a palace that looked, Italian. So she sent a few artists down to Florence to do some drawings of palaces and stuff. And then in 1612, when they got back, she had the building commissioned. But construction didn't start until 1615, and it took a long time to actually finish the building. Like, it wasn't finished until 1645, so yeah, it took a while. But she was able to move in 1625, and she had, the interiors are just supposed to be amazing, and she even had tons of artwork and sculptures, and just the interior was just amazing. She even commissioned the famous Dutch painter Peter Paul Rubens to paint 24 portraits depicting her struggles and successes in life. Took Rubens about 3 years to finish them all, and that's pretty crazy. But yeah, Rubens is a cool guy. I really like his work. He has a really cool signature too. And nowadays you can see these portraits in the Louvre, of course. So yeah. There was actually supposed to be a lot more added on to the building, like stables and stuff, but in 1630, Marie de Medici got in trouble by going up against Cardinal Richelieu. Her son, King Louis XIII, basically kicked her out of the court. But the palace would eventually pass on to her second son, Gaston, Duc d'Orléans. And, from there, it just would pass on through the generations. Like, eventually, it was given to Louis XIV, and then after he died, it passed on to Marie Louise Elizabeth d'Orléans, who was supposedly a nymphomaniac, so that's kind of interesting. She had a lot of crazy parties at the Palais du Luxembourg, so yeah, pretty interesting. She even had the Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great, show up at one of her parties, so that's pretty freaking cool. Unfortunately, though, she died at the age of 23 after being weakened from giving birth to a stillborn girl. And it was a pretty horrendous childbirth, like 4-day labor and all that stuff. So, yeah, she was weakened by that and died shortly after, unfortunately. But, yeah, like the game says, in 1750, the palace became a museum, housing all of the beautiful artwork and just, I mean, the building itself is supposed to just be amazing. I can't wait to get inside and check it out. And then it passed on to Napoleon when he became first consul of the French Republic. So, yeah, this building definitely got around over the centuries. The original architect was a guy named Solomon de Brousset. I guess you could say he was one of the first French Baroque architects, and his work would definitely inspire later architects like Mansart, so his work was definitely important. Now, when Napoleon took over, he had the architect Jean Chalgrin, the guy who would go on to design the Arc de Triomphe. He had him turn it into a legislative building. So Jean Chalgrin did a lot of rearranging and just tearing stuff down. Like he got rid of the grand central staircase and put the Senate chamber in and just radically changed the whole building. That's why they said Marie de Medici probably would not even recognize the building anymore. And then in the mid-1800s, they added a pretty cool library. And then during the Nazi occupation of Paris, this became the headquarters of the Luftwaffe, and Hermann Goering actually stayed here. Kind of hard to imagine that fat fuck living here, but oh well. But when the Allies were taking the city back, this was actually going to be one of the main strong points for the German defense, but thankfully the German commander gave up the city without a fight, so thankfully the building was spared the onslaught that would have happened, and ever since, this has been the Senate of the Republic of France. I guess we're up to the Fifth Republic now. God, get your shit together, France. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a sixth one in our lifetime, or maybe how many empires are we up to? 2? 3? Yeah, let's say 3. But, all right, let's go check out the building, finally. Oh, son of a bitch. Really? Can I go anywhere without having to kill people? What the hell was that? Squish? Dang. Yes, this is the Court of Honor. Nice carriage. Kind of reminds me of that story I told about Henry IV. Kind of creepy. Alright, let's check this place out. So, I'm not really sure what this place is right now. I guess it's in the prison stage. Yeah, cool chandelier. Whoa. Check out that. Oh, I guess that's a grand staircase that they demolished for the Senate Hall. Holy shit. Okay, this place is gonna be swanky. Alright, I'm gonna take my time and enjoy this place. Holy crap. Not a bad prison. Yeah, I'll definitely take this over Saint-Germain. So, Danton was in prison too, huh? Huh. Wonder if that was before he was guillotined. I guess. Wow. Wonder if you can, I guess you could probably take a tour here. I don't know. Some government buildings are probably off limits to tourists, but I mean, dang. Imagine going to work here every day. Of course, having to keep the place clean. Yeah. Well, it probably looks a lot different now. Oh, son of a...
Where you going?
Nowhere. Ah, shit. God, ah. Just trying to give a tour here. But yeah, the place probably looks very different nowadays. Because they converted it from basically a residence to a full-on palace to a museum to a Senate hall thing. I guess maybe just a Senate would do. Well, it doesn't really properly convey the building. Like we don't call the Capitol the Senate. I mean, do they technically have a Capitol building in France? I mean, I know Palais de Bourbon is the National Assembly, and this is the Senate, but do they have a Capitol? Like, I don't know. Maybe not. Wonder where the president lives. Well, I guess I'll find out eventually. Nice wallpaper. Alright, time to go upstairs. Get off the banister. I didn't mean to get on the banister in the first place. Huh, wonder if that's Marie de Medici. Guess that could be Henry IV. I don't know, his clothes look a little out of date. And that would have been almost 200 years. Yeah, this might be some of Rubens' artwork. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this is like, I'm not sure what year this is, like 1796, give or take. So yeah, this would have been almost 200 years since Henry IV was assassinated. God, look at that fireplace. Holy shit, just look at everything. Jeez, imagine living here. Oh my freaking god. Whoa! Pastries. Look at that wall. Look at this stuff. Look at that door. The door is probably worth more than my car. Now there's Patroclus and Achilles again. I guess the game developers are reusing portraits and paintings, but whatever, it's cool. I mean, how many pieces of artwork are in here? I mean, geez. Unique individual artwork. Holy shit. It's gotta be 100 pieces. I wonder if that's Abraham or something. Meh. Cool globe. Pretty accurate. Maybe a little too accurate. I mean, did they really have Baja mapped out that well? Yeah, I guess let's go to the third floor. Ooh, billiards. With no holes. How the hell do you play it then? It's a video game. It's just a design detail. Dang, nice chandelier. Place is amazing. I mean, Les Invalides was pretty awesome, but this is a whole nother level. Shit, don't fall off. Yeah, I think the gardens here are pretty popular even nowadays. Well, I guess at the very least I can check that out. Yeah, if I get to go to the Pantheon, I definitely will stop on my way here, and holy shit. Wow. Look at that. Look at this freaking place. Holy... Man, the French know how to do it. Man, that lady had to have some freaking awesome parties here. What's this over here? Cool. Nice little lounge area. God. Oh yeah, there was definitely some debauchery going on here. Dang, imagine like a holy crap. Yeah, imagine like a masquerade bar. Ooh, hello. Bonjour, madames. But yeah, imagine like a masquerade ball going on here. Just, wow. Like 1,000 people. Jeez. This place is a freaking palace. Yeah, Palais du Luxembourg for the win. Ah, bonjour. Okay. Wonder what the L stands for. Wonder if we get the word deluxe from this place. I mean, jeez. It's down here. Ah, guess they're doing some renovations. Just glad this place wasn't destroyed during the revolution. I guess it wasn't because it was made the Senate Hall and it had been a museum before, so didn't really have too much to do with Louis the 16th, I guess. So maybe that's why they didn't destroy it. And it didn't have anything to do with the church either, so yeah. Wonder what Napoleon got up to in here. God only knows. He and Josephine running around. Well, God only knows the shenanigans French politicians get up to in here. Wonder if they still have masquerade balls. That'd be freaking cool. Yeah, but you gotta remember, dude, the building is very different on the inside now. Yeah, that's true. They probably don't even have a place for a ball. Dang, this place is huge. It's probably definitely the biggest building I've been to yet in the game. Shit. Well, far. Yeah, I survived. Even though in real life that probably would have snapped both my ankles. Huh, they got a bell up here. Oh yeah, I think Marie de Medici did have a church or a chapel here, so maybe that's like a leftover. Wow. There's Notre Dame, Saint-Chapelle, Court d'Honneur. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, this place is freaking awesome. Huh. Gotta watch out for who the fuck these guys are.
Hey! Stay
Wow,
there,
look at that.
citizen.
Yeah, bring your axe over here, motherfucker. Shove it up your ass. Huh. Kinda reminds me of the opening of Troy. What was that guy's name? Boagrius? Yeah, something like that. Good old Achilles. Nice fountain. I don't know if they put coins in there back then. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that tradition, or whatever the hell you want to call it, is that old. A windmill? The hell? I like in the boonies now. Is this place that big? We go from Street to Perry to the boonies that fast? Pardon? Alright, well. Luxembourg is freaking awesome. Yeah, I really like that place. Alright, guess I'll go to the Sorbonne. Wait. Ah, the observatory. Gotta go check that out, even though that looks like a dangerous part of town.